Daryl here with some thoughts about self-rejection and discipline. One who neglects discipline rejects himself, but one who listens to a rebuke acquires understanding. Proverbs 15:32. Having started my career in sales almost 3 decades ago and now working as an entrepreneur, I am familiar with rejection. Every salesperson expects to hear the word no many times on their journey to success. Many salespeople struggle with the fear of rejection. Good sales coaches will often remind them that the prospect is not rejecting them, they're rejecting the offer. So pick your chin up and keep at it. Nobody likes rejection from other people. However, the real issue with rejection is when we internalize rejection and start rejecting ourselves. External rejection becomes internalized. Rejection from others becomes self-rejection. This is a hard place to live. How can we know if self-rejection has taken root? The proverb says we can know based on our level of discipline. One who neglects discipline rejects himself. If you flip this around, you could say that one who rejects himself neglects discipline. I love the way this one statement calls out the problem and identifies a solution. The problem of self-rejection can be identified by a lack of discipline. Areas where we find ourselves undisciplined are dashboard lights warning that there may be a deeper heart issue of self-rejection. The solution is also contained in the wisdom of this proverb. Self-rejection is overcome by discipline. We can think of discipline as a kind of punishment, and we can also think of discipline as habits. Let's think of habits. I like to define disciplines as doing hard things consistently. Last year, as I trained to trek to Mount Everest Base Camp at 17,500 feet above sea level, I realized that I was going to need to do some hard things consistently to prepare. If I didn't, I wasn't going to make it. The goal of getting to Everest Base Camp and the fear of failure that I wasn't going to be prepared drove me to discipline myself to train hard and eat well. Over the 12-day trek through the Himalayas to the base camp, there were several times where I thought to myself, I can't do this. With my legs screaming and lungs gasping for more air, I was able to remember the discipline. I knew from experience that I could push through and keep going. Ultimately, this led me to hit my goal. The solution to self-rejection is to do hard things consistently. If we find our hearts stuck in an area, we can look to our disciplines, and then we can take action. Discipline can also be interpreted as a punishment or a rebuke. The verse that follows contains a critical key to overcoming self-rejection. It says, "But one who listens to a rebuke acquires understanding." Sometimes we all need a cold glass of water in the face. I like to say that feedback is the breakfast of champions. This could come from a friend, or it could simply come from a hard consequence that came from our self-rejection or lack of discipline. And while nobody enjoys these wake-up calls, they are a gift. This is where we acquire understanding. If the one who neglects discipline rejects himself, I believe the opposite is also true. One who embraces discipline affirms himself. The beauty of wisdom is that it integrates the heart with action. When we identify issues of the heart, we don't just stare at our navel, we take action. Conversely, when we struggle to take action, we can also look at the core issues of our heart. If you're feeling self-rejection, where do you need discipline? Where do you need to do the hard things consistently?